All right, I'm gonna do a quick overview on today's price action and the trades that I took. I ended up taking three trades today, two break evens on futures, and then a winning trade on options. So overall, we were positive on the day, but break even on futures, positive on options. So I'm gonna run through the futures trade first, and then I'll go over the options trade. Um, Coming into the day, let's go to the 1 hour time frame real quick. We had a new week opening gap right here, as you can see. And what I was saying last night is if we're below this gap, ranging around here, I'm going to be bearish using this gap as a resistance to bounce off of and go lower. And if we're above it, I'm going to use it as a support for us to come down, bounce off into it. And at market open, we were above it. This is market open right here. And we had this 30-minute fair value gap right here, as you can see. So if we scale down to the 5-minute, you can see that this 30-minute was used as some great support. We bounced off of it twice. And then if we scale down to the 1-minute, you can see our entries right here. This first entry, I was not intrigued in because if you go to the 5-minute, we broke structure to the downside right here on this candle. So I didn't want us to inverse this 30-minute. I was a little more confident if I was going to be able to wait and get a 5-minute CISD, which we did after we bounced off this 30-minute. 5-minute change in state delivery right here. So what I did is I scaled back down. On the 5-minute CISD, we already took out this first draw, and I wasn't confident entering right here. The risk reward just wouldn't be there. So I was patient, waited for a retrace. We got a retrace back into the 30-minute, and then we had this 1-minute right here that was formed, and then we had IFG with strong displacement. I entered right on this candle right here, targeting our buy side, which was a 4-hour high. I will show you guys that real quick. But yeah, this high right here, this was my draw today, and then eventually all-time highs. So if we go back down to the 1-minute, so the first trade was break even. ES made an internal SMT right here. So what I did is I went break even right at this candle when we took out this high. We just didn't get the push I was looking for. So that was a break even on this candle right here. And then on that break even, we formed another 1-minute fair value gap right here. And we inversed that extremely good. We had an SMT. It was with one of these candles with ES. So we had an SMT and we had another entry with a strong displacement up. So entered again right there, targeting this buy side that we've been targeting all day. Stops below this candle. And unfortunately, we got stopped out at break even on this candle right here after edging our TP by a solid 6.25 points. So very unfortunate break even there. It is what it is. Now I'm gonna show you guys the option trade that I was able to take today. That was a winning trade. So if you remember that 30-minute gap that we had at open right here, these gaps that get rejected off of multiple times, showing rejection out of them, are very intriguing to me. So what I wanted to see was after we edged this and came all the way down, we inversed this big 1-minute right. Where was this big 1-minute that we inversed? We inversed this 1-minute and then also this one right here. So once we inversed that 1-minute, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for downside. Went back to the 30-minute because I remember this gap right here. ES had a nice 15-minute right here. And if you look, we also had a block right here. So if we get this IFEG, we also get a CISD, which is one of my favorite confluences, an IFEG plus a CISD. And that's exactly what we got here. I entered shorts right there. I was targeting this low right here, scaled out some here, and then I scaled the rest out at the top of this new week opening gap. So that was a good winner, about 20% on options. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Today, kind of a rangy day, no news Monday, so it's pretty much expected. I can't believe we edged this TP right here, and then we just reverse off of it. Very strange, especially if we go to the 1 hour. Over here you can see we had this 1 hour gap that we actually inversed, but failed to hold the inverse and push higher, especially with all-time highs above. Not sure exactly why, but yeah. And then we had this huge 1 hour candle that's also having a change in state delivery, and we are sitting inside this new week opening gap now. So I'm curious to see what we'll do out of this. But overall, decent day, two break evens on futures, and then a winning trade on options. So happy with that.